Welcome everybody to Panfish Nation along with Mark. I'm Lyle, and Mark, you come up with a topic tonight that I hadn't thought about. We're going to be talking about pond fishing. It's something that I don't do very much of anymore, but I used to do a lot of it as a kid. And maybe it's something that we should get back into a little bit.
I think so. You know, where I live here in northeast Illinois, there's a lot of ponds, a lot of suburban ponds, a lot of local ponds where people live, drainage ditches, stuff like that. And I kind of developed a hankering or a taste for it, fishing for bait, all the flathead fishing I used to do. And flathead fishing, you know, those who know, it's a lot of work.
Oh.
So you hit a lot of ponds because, you know, granted, I love catching panfish, but when I got those blinders on and I got flathead on my mind, I want to hit it and quit it. I want to get out of there. So, you know, I'm looking for spots where I'm getting, 20 baits in a half an hour. And that doesn't always happen. And one of the biggest examples of that is right about this time of year, maybe even, I think it was October or something, that I fished against James Dockery, that first 1v1 that started off that whole series on my channel. He's like, hey, we should go live. And we can do like a 1v1 or whatever. I don't remember exactly how the conversation went, but it was something like that. We agreed to do it. And I was at the place I fished at that I qualified for the tournament, fishing against him and a bunch of other good people that Josh hosted. And I was hitting the big ones. That's the same spot that Betty Jean got that 2-pound bluegill at.
What a stud that was.
And I would never have found a pond like that if I didn't hit them hard, which I do.
Right.
They're close to the house too. I mean, this place is literally 2 miles from my house, and that's not far.
No, it's not.
You know me, I'm looking at zip codes before I leave, and Josh will attest to this. I know Josh is at Walmart. He's probably watching. Enjoy your Walmart trip, Josh. But we're trying to change that. But anyways, that same spot in the fall is where I fished against Dockery, and he slaughtered me 25-0.
But it turned around the next time he went down there.
Well, it does, and that's the thing. So fall pond fishing is not something that I do much of, that I want to do more of this year, because flathead season's coming down to an end, and this time of the year I'm using shad that I'll net at the dam rather than bluegills or green sunfish or even bullheads this time of year, just because it doesn't work as good. They're getting ready for the winter feed. They're going after the easiest baits they can, and shad happens to be a tasty one. That being said, I need to try and make some time to get out there and get on these ponds. So I remember watching a video from the Linder crew, Al Linder's son. You'll have to forgive me, I don't remember his name. But he had done a special on panfish and lakes and bodies of water and how they turn over the season, which is something, I'll admit I need to go back and watch that, or at least do a little more studying on it. But, in the spring, you don't have much growth. As the summer progresses, you get taller weeds, you get more weeds, stuff gets choked out. Towards the end, it starts dying off, and it turns twice a year up here in the north. And it's not just the cover that changes, it's the amount of nitrogen in the water, the amount of CO2 when it's dying off, the amount of oxygen when it's grown in the summer, all those things change. So one of the things that I was hoping to do is just kind of be more proficient in my fall pond fishing. That's one of my goals. When I'm going to do it, I don't know. I'm so darn busy. As everybody knows, for the people that were in a Hog Lake show this morning, I actually was in the coffee room at the hospital. My wife was sick. She had something that was causing her a lot of pain. Serious pain, but nothing serious or health detrimental in the long run. It's something she'll definitely recover over. So that's as far as I'll get into that. I forgot where I was going.
We're glad about that.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been awfully busy. I had plans to go out and do some walleye fishing this week, try to get out there live, but that kind of put a damper on it. I had a project all weekend that I've been working on. It's just crazy. I've been wanting to come out and fish with you. I need to get out on the big lake. Lance will know, get on that salmon bite. I might be getting out there next week.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Salmon fishing, although not panfish, you can cut them up to where they fit in a pan.
You can. Well, I prefer them in a smoker line.
Betty Jean says she has the coordinates to the Mega Gill Pond for sale. All we have to do is contact
for
her.
sale. I'm gonna I'm gonna have to come down there at the end of this month and visit her. I think she had whispered some rumors about wanting to go crappie fishing with me, and I'm like, we'll see. I got a lot of invites, and I apologize. All of this, we're going to try and make some of these happen. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll come out and see you in October, and then we'll go see Josh and Parker. I think Parker mentioned too coming out there fishing Rend, and I think there's another spot. I forget the name of it. You'll have to forgive me.
I can't think of them right offhand, but I know where you're talking about. So that would be a fun trip to meet up with those guys and get it. What do you say? We'll welcome everybody in the chat tonight, Mark.
I think that's a great idea. I did see Pontoon Jody was the first one in. She said
She
first,
was.
but she didn't say suckers.
Well, that's
Maybe she didn't
unusual.
say that.
That's
922 Crappie Barbecue in the house. What's going on, my friend? There's my sister. A couple crosses fishing. How you doing, Betty? Avid fisherman in the house. Channel member and supporter. Crappie Day Fish On. There's Creole Catfishing. What's up, Jeremy? There's Freddie from FOA Customs and Gear. Fields to Water. How you doing, Chad? Fishing with Jeff Beal in the house. There's our buddy James Alba. I haven't seen James in a while. That's probably more my fault than his. There's Lance McCougai. Lance, we got to talk. Laura the Explorer. I saw Laura was live today. I was busy running around. I saw she was live. Laura the Mark Farnham in the house. Mr. Tully 41. There's Nubby's Catfishing. Parker Pursuits. There's Jerry. Pontoon Jody. There she is. Quiet Man Curtis. What's going on, Curtis? How you doing? Let's see what's going on here. Joe Buck's been a member for 9 months. Thank you, Joe. We appreciate you. What's that look for, Lyle?
I hit it, I guess, about the same time you did.
Oh, did we cross streams again like in Ghostbusters?
I think so. Jody says, I didn't say suckers tonight because I feel sweet.
She must have had herself some of those little Debbies.
Or something.
Or something. We know she didn't cook them. Anyways, hopefully Creole Catfishing says, hopefully I can catch some of these dinner plate size hybrid brim in a buddy's pond. They're 2 years old now, and they should be getting big.
I'd say so. I would say so. 2 years old, they should be pretty much mature.
You know, my PB bluegill is probably an ounce bigger than the one Betty Jean caught. I'm pretty sure it was. We didn't weigh hers, but I'm pretty sure that it was. You
can't let it be smaller than her.
Of course not. There's our buddy James. James says, Mark, you ain't right. You are not the first person to tell me that, James.
I'm still trying to get over your fish being bigger than Betty's and her not making a comment on it.
I'm just seeing if she's paying attention. She's probably ignoring me. She hears my voice, and it's like Charlie Brown's teacher. Remember that? Those of you that are our age.
I do, as a matter of fact. I watched the little Laura the Explorer was on this afternoon live. I seen some of hers.
Mm-hmm.
There's Danny Stone, says he just got home. I got a package in the mail from Danny. I want to thank him for that. I put them to good use, and the next time I get a few jigs tied up here, I'll send you some so you can test them out in your home water, Dan.
Yeah, that's what I'll do too, Danny. I'll tie some pathetic looking ones compared to Lyle's, and I'll send you a bunch back. Ray Smith says, hello, hi, everybody. He's been a member for 6 months. Thank you, Ray. We appreciate you, buddy.
Absolutely do.
So another reason why I wanted to talk about fall pond fishing is because the Panfish Nation, what are we calling it? The Champions Tournament of Champions is coming up this weekend, isn't it, Lyle?
The last qualifier, Mark. It's supposed to be on James Dockery's channel. He has some family issues going on, some health problems going on right now. So Chad will be hosting that. Not sure where it's going to be at. And something we need to talk about right quick, Mark, is the fact that we need for the people that's entered in that to let us know who they are. I know that Nina's in it, and I know that Cindy and I's in it. And I don't have a list of everybody else. So if you are, either put it down in chat or send us a message on the Panfish Nation Facebook page and let us know if you're entered in that tournament or if you're not and you want to be. And we'll get you hooked up and get you in. what is it, 8 that were allowed in there, and
Eight people, I believe.
Yeah.
Chad, I think Chad's going to step up and host this weekend. I might
Yep.
get on there and help him co-host if James has other things that he needs to get done. So either way, we are going to have it it's Saturday, right? The 9th, I believe, or Sunday. The 9th, Saturday the 9th morning
Saturday
here
night.
on
And I don't
Panfish
have
Nation.
the time. I think it was 8 to 12 or 1.
It's I believe it's 9 to 1 Eastern time, 8 to 12 Central time, if I'm not mistaken.
That's fine. Yeah.
We'll get it worked out. That 1 hour isn't going to mess anybody up. We got to make sure we get that group of contestants all together. Hopefully, James will answer your messages and that. So I'm going to ask everybody if you want to get in it or you did promise to get in it, just contact Lyle through the Panfish Nation page, or you know how to contact him through Facebook.
Absolutely.
And his email is also, is your email on the About page?
It should be, yeah.
I'll take a look right quick here while we're doing.
But I know that Nina's in it. I know that Cindy and I's in it, and it seems like there was a couple other people that was entered, and at least one couple more. And I just can't remember who they was.
Yeah, Freddie confirmed that Nina is entered. And yeah, your email address is on. If you don't have Facebook, you can look at the About section on the channel page. So his email is on there.
Yep. So let us know and get us in, or get your entries in, and let us know who all's going to be in there, so we can get in there. And remember, only the top 2 qualifiers advance to the final. We have 6 entered already, and there will be 2 more that get entered coming up this weekend. So at that point, that will be the 8 qualifiers for the deal. 922 Crappie Barbecue says he's in.
Awesome. And obviously,
send me your name and your real name, so I know who you are.
And we need your email address if you're not on Facebook, so we can send you the link to go live. So you're going to need that. So we're going to have to get in touch with you, 922. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great. Just to get us all that so we can get it all wrote down, and we're going to make it happen.
I'm worried about the championship, Lyle, being it's so late in the year, because pan fishing slows down here. I'm going to have to do a little recognizance, because I got to save some face in this one.
I haven't even been out yet looking for fish, so I planned on doing it over the weekend. We had company all weekend, which is great. We love having grandkids in, but I got to get on a stick now, because this week's almost shot and the tournament's Saturday. So, but we'll do fine. Have to fish local water, the public water that's local there. Whoever that's around can fish it. Can't be private ponds and pay lakes and breeding tanks for the conservation department or something like that.
And if you're fishing a second time trying to qualify, you can't fish the same body of water twice. That's right. One. And even more important than that, it's all artificial. So,
no live bait.
No rage quitting. I could always get out of it by just, cussing Chad out as soon as I go in and quit that first day.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. It's as fun as that would sound.
Lori, you can fish this event. All you have to do is get entered. That's all you got to do.
Creel, it's still warm up here. I got 1 or 2 more days man, like I told you, I already got a yard full of leaves. Day after Labor Day, they started falling.
No, Laura, you can't fish the Bass Pro tanks.
That would be considered a private pond.
Yeah. She's as bad as them kids that jumped in there in that one tank and then jumped out and run out the door here a few years ago there at Springfield. It's hilarious.
Creel says, Mark, it'll still be warm down here. Just saying, Creel, we're actually looking into going on vacation down there sometime in either December or January, maybe just to New Orleans or something. I tried to talk our group into going into that Cajun experience that's down there, Lyle. You get to fish for all the mud bugs you want, catfish.
I just want to eat them. I don't want to fish for them.
Well, you get to eat them after you fish for them.
Oh, well, that's okay.
They cook them for you, the whole deal. They're not going for it.
They're not?
No,
Well, that's too bad.
the darn city folk. I love them to death, but not when it comes to outdoor stuff.
Jerry Parker says, in Kansas for work. Have an ultralight rod. Going to find some place to fish tomorrow after work. Sweet. Steve says there's 3 other retention ponds around the one he qualified in. Wow. That could be tough there. He had a great day when he qualified.
He did. The day he qualified, I had a great half a day.
Yeah.
I was whooping him, and then I ran out of fish in that little pond. Had about 50.
Okay, 922. Mark Barnum says I would get in that couple.
I don't read that out loud. Reel it in there. I can appreciate the joke, Mark, but we're trying to keep it family friendly here.
Jeff Beal says he needs to replenish his bait tank this weekend. That's a great idea because the fall bite is coming on for the bigger fish. And what a great time to go out and catch a bunch of panfish, bluegills, greeny, long-eared sunfish, greenies, pumpkin seeds, anything like that works for catfish, whether you're using it for live or cut bait. And bullheads, one of my all-time favorites.
I love them because you need a 6-pack of bullheads. If you're fishing 3 rods, you got enough bait for all night.
Well, yeah, they're pretty hardy.
They're very hardy. I've pulled hooks out of them and put them back in a bucket and used them the next night.
Yeah, Mark, I didn't expect that out of you. I don't know why, but for some reason I didn't expect that out of you. It's okay.
The first couples tournament, didn't James Smith have a blow-up doll with him?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Him and his wife had, and I forgot what they named it, but they did have it.
Patty, plastic patty.
Something. Plastic patty, something. I don't know. But
it's funny. You've been doing this for a heck of a lot longer than I have. But it's funny how time flies when you're having fun, because I'm having memories of the countless tournaments that we've been a part of.
Oh, yeah.
We partake in, and not just in, but watching and rooting on, and all the 1v1s I've done and the ones you've helped me with.
Mm-hmm.
It's been quite the ride, definitely.
Oh, it definitely has been. It's a lot of fun, and I don't see. Creel says he's north of Helena, Arkansas. That's a long way from home for him. But I don't see it slowing down. I'm slowing down, but the rest of it's not. I mean, the things are getting better. And hey, 205, how you doing? Everything's growing and getting bigger and wilder and more fun. If we just keep the negativity out of what we do and eliminate the people that cause it, oh my God, how great this world would be.
I'm trying, Lyle. I'm trying to stay.
I got you. I just cut them out. You just rope them up, tie them, and throw them off to the side. You don't have to worry about them then. Don't have to worry about it no more. There's Lance. I'm glad to see him in here. I know you had talked about going up there and doing some salmon fishing with Lance.
Well,
Man,
I got to. All right, now I've fished from the bank many times, and if I drive up there and the weather turns bad, I can hop in the truck and go home. If I'm out there in a boat and the weather turns bad, it's a different story.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of easing into all of this stuff. I had plans to call our buddy Jerry Hoheimer. How do you say Jerry's last name?
I can't pronounce it.
Hohausen, Jerry, good old Jerry,
wow,
great guy. See if he was interested. Maybe see if Lance could make it down to Racine. That would be kind of cool. I think that's like halfway between me and him.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I got some irons in the fire. I ordered some jig and spoons. So rather than doing any of that trolling for him, I'm just going to jig for him in the harbor.
That you would order a bunch of tackle and not have me help you do it.
I ordered 4 spoons. That's all.
Oh, well.
Maybe 6. That's it. But I did when I was ordering them. I'm like, what would Lyle tell me to buy?
Yeah, I bet you did.
I think Sheila heard me say that, and she's like, "Don't start with that. We got boat payments to make."
Oh man. Boat payments. Hey, guess what I found as we come out of the store today?
Bacon?
A Zagnut.
Zagna. I never liked those.
I love them, and you can rarely find them.
Real, I see them quite a bit out here.
They had buy 4 and get the 5th one free, so I got 5.
I think 922's in too, Chad.
So what is this? Oh, you got that. I'm sorry. Had a phone call. Who we got this weekend? Josh, Lyle, Cindy, Nina. I sent you 922 Crappie Barbecues stuff through email. He's in Fishing at Freedom. 8 months.
He's just brown nosing you. That's all.
But yeah, that's what we got. 922's in there. Robin or somebody else is supposed to be in there, and I can't think of who it is. Yeah, Fields. The championship, Steve, is supposed to be sometime in October, but we don't have a date set on it, and we'll get to working on that and let you guys know probably in the next week or so.
Zagnuts. Read them before you read them.
I did read it. Well, you think I didn't see that?
You guys are incorrigible, and Josh isn't even in here. He's
the worst of all.
He is.
Oh man, I took Cindy out and we done a little grocery shopping today, and I got hot walking through them damn stores, Mark. And I'm telling you what, I have been drinking water by the tumbler full ever since I got back. I bet I've drank 6 or 8 of them, and I filled up right before you come on, and it's almost gone again. So I just sometimes it just sometimes just can't get enough water. So we'll see how that works out.
Sometimes if you're not a big water drinker, the more water you drink, the thirstier you get. At least that's the truth for me.
Jeremy has always been so level-minded and presentable online. And we had a open house one night, and he come in there, and Dockery told him he had to do something, and he was himself. I was impressed. We got to see the real Jeremy Creel. We really did. It was so much fun.
I think there was a little of that brown beverage involved.
Brown jug?
Yeah. A little whiskey that night. I remember that night.
Yeah, me too, and a few others, but there'll be more. That's just the way it works. That's just the way it works. We'll do another one like that soon. Sounds like a plan, man.
Maybe we'll do that on the Catfish and Crappie Live channel. Unmonetized, anything goes, because I don't really care on that channel. We can always burn that one up.
Welcome in, Josh. Glad to see you in here.
Josh is firing up the meme machine as we speak.
So, Josh, are you fishing in the tournament this weekend? Let us know in chat.
Yeah, he's got to qualify.
Maybe he's going to be in there. You know what would be nice? If he'd take his lovely bride in there with him. She loves to fish for panfish, and
she does. She loves bluegill fishing. Christina, if you're listening, have him take you bluegill fishing.
Yes, he's in this weekend.
And Laura, after Creel goes bluegill fishing for those big ones, have him start on that house for you.
That's right. Oh, man. Josh had a pretty good video out this week. You should go to Weekend Chandler's YouTube page and check that out.
I think it was a timer for a bait tank, right?
Yes.
Good
Real
stuff.
good.
I did watch it as I do every week, so make sure you sub to him.
Hey, Stonefly, glad to see you in here tonight. I'm not sure where Josh will be fishing at this week, but he'll probably be at Rand or Egypt or one of them lakes local to him. But I remember last year, and you probably do too, he had a rough start, but man, did he end strong.
He found him there right at the very end. I think it was last 90 minutes or so he got on him, and he just went to town.
Yeah, he did. He was really close to winning that thing. So he's somebody to be watching. So it'll be an interesting weekend, and I think for us it starts at 7.
I think you're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, so it's 7 to 11 Central Standard Time and 8 to noon on the East Coast. So
Josh says he wanted to use Ren for the championship, but since this is the last qualifier, he's going to have to use it. I got you, and I was saving Lake Ozark and Truman for the end, but I don't think the water's up enough at Truman. So as bad as I hate to go to Lake Ozark, because I know there's going to be a lot of boat traffic, I may have to do that.
I burned one of my good spots qualifying. Parker and Steve, they destroyed me on that first one halfway through it, and that was the spot I was saving for the final one. So I got to find something. We'll see. I got a creek here that I do pretty good. Can I put those kind of numbers? I don't think so, but we can give it a heck and see what happens. I might have to get the drop shot rig out and get some baits out a little farther. I wish I had a kayak still, because then I'm pretty sure I'd do a lot better than.
We can go shopping tonight after the show.
No, I was already told by my wife. Like last week, I'm like, I kind of miss my kayak. I was watching something. She goes, "Don't even start."
I will help you. It's better than to beg for forgiveness than ask in advance.
Remember that when we order your smoker tonight.
I got a smoker.
No.
I have 2 smokers.
No, you need a third.
I do not.
We will start getting your outdoor kitchen parts. We're going to order some roofing material, some tin roof.
No.
Yes.
But
got to get you a nice stone countertop out there, Corian countertop.
I would love to do that. I have the room out back, and I'm really thinking about that. But I want to save a little bit of room for a few tomato plants and planters and stuff that I do.
You got plenty of room out there. You live in the country.
I do not. I live in town.
You live in a town in the country.
Okay, well I'll go for that.
You live by Small Mart.
I do live by Small Mart. Wasn't there today. We drove to Bolivar because it's 25 minutes, and they have a real store there.
Hey, there's JG Hill. What's going on? Stonefly, if I didn't say hello. Sean T in the house. I saw him pop in there early. Want to make sure I didn't miss anybody here going through. Of course, Josh, we'll say hello to him. Fish and Freedom. We confirmed that he was in here, so welcome, guys. So yeah,
speaking of Fish and Freedom, today is Richard and Stephanie's anniversary. Congratulations to you guys. You're awesome.
I think it was like 3 years, if I'm not mistaken.
13, wasn't it?
I don't know. Speak up in chat, Richard. How many years has it been? I'm trying to get him in trouble here. He better know.
Hey, I'm just happy for him,
Me too.
They're a couple of great people, and they do wonderful things together, and I think the world of them. They're just great guys. Yeah.
Good people. We got to fish with them in Mendota.
Absolutely.
Twice now. Hopefully a third time too. That'll be cool. That'll be really good.
John Parker made a image.
I saw that.
Which he thought was me. Actually, it's been 3 years. You was right. Of a friend of mine who passed away a few years ago, and him and his and we had some, oh my God, hellacious times. They was at Mendota when we went before. We had so much fun up there with them guys, and um, I met them at other tournaments and stuff. They even come to tournaments that Cindy and I was fishing a few times that they didn't even enter. They just come down to watch us go through weigh-in line. Great people, and I was just thrilled with the image that he created. He did not know it wasn't me. John has a little trouble seeing, but that's okay. He put a St. Louis Cardinal hat on this guy, and we used to go at it online about the Cardinals and the Cubs. He was a big Chicago Cubs fan. And I sent the image to Chris, his son. And he swears I had him do that on purpose.
You had somebody do something like that on purpose? Never.
I did not this time. I had thought about it. But Ron,
I saw that. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not Lyle.
No, he was a great friend of mine, and we had some of the most fun times. And the last show that I did live at the third Catfish conference. Chris and his wife come walking through the door. He's come down to surprise me. And we was live doing a show, and I just got up and went over and got a hold of him. Couldn't believe that he'd come down there, and that's the reason he come down there was to see me and Cindy. And he keeps saying every year he's going to come out and fish with us. And life happens. He's got two sons that are either out of school or they're right there. I think they're both out. I think he's got grandkids now. But Chris is a super guy. He's a lot like his dad, and just fun. And I told him yesterday, I said, when was the last time you was at Mendota? He said, I can't make it. Never seemed to line up to come out to see it. I said, well, how about you come up and meet us at Mendota this year? So if Chris Workman shows up at Mendota, that place will never be the same.
It's like that every year when we go. And we always just leave it in shambles.
Weekend Angler says he was married twice. The first one doesn't count.
First one's practice, right, fellas? That's what I keep telling a wife.
Oh, I can't go through it another time. Once is all I got in me.
I used to tell my wife I was going to trade her in on a new model. Not so much these days. You see these new models? They're no.
They got too many different color paints on them.
Yeah, pretty much. We're not going to get in all of that because I could go off on a tangent. But
me too. I like talking about your president.
Who's? Wait.
JG says, Creel says he was married for 3 years with Gabe's mom and Lauren for 13. Maybe that's where I come up with the 13. There's 13 somewhere. I know that Jeremy had an anniversary not very long back.
I did not know this. Danny Stone says, Creole, I had to get married 5 times before I found the one that could put up with me.
Wow.
5 times. You ain't right, Danny Stone.
We was married for 46 years in August.
There's Chucky. What's going on, Chucky? I'm trying to think how many years. You guys are going to get me in trouble. She doesn't watch this, thank God. We got married in, 95? So that's what, 28 years this October, so. Good answer, Chad, because we know that Dee is watching this.
That's exactly right. I don't think Dee's qualified for this tournament. Maybe she won't like to get in it.
I think she should.
I do too. I know she has a new fly rod she could use.
Mark Barnum says, my ex told me if I didn't quit fishing, she would divorce me. I miss her sometimes.
I bet.
Josh Weekend Angler says, Danny, you found 5 women to marry you? Were any of them able to get a word in edgewise?
Probably not. Well, I hope some more people decide to get in the tournament. Like I say, it seems like Robin or somebody else was supposed to be in there. I don't see them in chat tonight, but that happens sometimes. There's other things that goes on Wednesday nights, and than just us. Although we're doing pretty good on this, pretty steady, and we have a lot of viewers come in usually, and that's just how it works.
Give us a thumbs up, folks. If you like this content, help us out in the algorithm. Also, if you can share it out, it's always good. We're trying to reach that part of the audience out there on YouTube that will appreciate this kind of content. And the best way to do that is by sharing it out. It's the best and freest kind of advertising that's out there. So why don't you give us a hand and do that? If not tonight, in the upcoming weeks, we'd appreciate it. See if we can't get a bunch of people out here to check out that tournament. That tournament hopefully will get us some new blood in here and more people that are part of the Panfish Nation. The more people you got to hang out with online and have fun and share ideas and methods with and all that good stuff.
That's exactly right. We're going to give away Panfish Nation decal tonight at the end of the show, so hang around for that. They come in black or white, so you get to choose that, and then I'll ship it to you. All you have to do is send me your address. Won't cost you a red cent.
Rick says, my wife and I have been married for 51 years. God bless you, Greg.
You betcha. That's a long time. You got me beat by 5, so good for you.
Congratulations.
Josh will be wearing a black eye Saturday. That would be too funny.
Danny says, my first 4 wives I met in the bar, the last one was in church. Go figure.
Sean T says, that's the finger I see. No thumbs up on the live.
Not reading Josh's comment. Size matters. Catfish in the house. What's going on, Andrew? How are you?
Absolutely. But yeah, we'd like to get that filled up if we can. It would be it'd be awesome if we could fill up the 8 spots with the contestants for that tournament.
Shout to Outdoors says they've been married for 22 years for him and the wife this October.
Wow.
Mike Sampson in the house. What's up, Sampy? How you doing? So, Lyle, how are you picking the spot you're going to fish this Saturday?
We'll probably go out tomorrow and do some scouting, see what we can find, and go from there.
And what are you looking for when you're scouting besides fish, obviously?
I'm looking for water that's up and a weed line that I can fish. This time of year, them fish will be up close to them weeds or structure. If I can find a cove that's got enough water in it that I can get up in there and fish around a bunch of treetops or something like that, I'm good to go, because they'll either be bluegill and crappie or bluegill or crappie in there. And that's what, and it don't matter to me which one I'm catching, because I'm not going to be using a fly rod this time. Although I dearly love to do that, and I got 3 of them sitting right here rearing and ready to go. I might take one, but I'll be jig fishing this weekend.
Speaking of fly rods, I saw somebody trolling with the fly rod today.
Wow. Not
Pretty
tried
cool
that.
stuff. Yeah, it actually pretty cool stuff once he got hooked up, but that's another show. So you gonna be scouting in the boat, or are you just gonna go for a drive?
I'm gonna take the boat out. Gas went up again. Thanks, Joe. So I'm gonna go fill it up in the morning. And since I got it hooked up, we might as well just take it to the lake.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
I like the way you think.
Well, it went up 30 cents a gallon here, so I should have went and done that yesterday. But I didn't. So
I'm afraid to look.
Well, there's just no reason for it to do that. I kept saying last weekend I would go get some, and like I say, Marky and Casey and the kids come down, and I didn't want to get the boat out and go do that while they was here. And then I had Monday to do it, and I didn't. And today it went up, so it is what it is.
I bet you it ain't over yet.
Oh no, it'd be $5 a gallon by election time.
I'm paying over that for the wife's car, but that's another story.
Yeah, it takes race fuel.
It does. So she can drive it so slow it annoys me when I'm in the passenger seat. Yeah. Did I say that out loud, Lyle?
But she's not there. Gas is going to bust $100 bill every time. Well, I see. I filled the truck up a couple of days ago when we was in town, and it was $77, and it had almost half a tank. So yeah, told him the fly rod, twist the fly line. Don't do it. It will twist the line.
I think this guy had it set up just for that, so he might not have had fly line on there.
Probably had to have a swivel on it someplace or a change.
I wouldn't be surprised. It looked. He probably just had regular mono on there rather than fly line. He was using it more for the fight than anything. So,
I used to use a fly rod and put a spinning reel on it to crappie fish with. Because I get extra length out of them.
Well, all these new guys out there that are sharpshooting with live scope and stuff. I know you love it, but they use those long rods.
Yeah,
I was using a 10 and I was using an 11-footer last time I went out, and I have to admit it's pretty nice. It isn't bad at all.
One of my suppliers actually did come up with some 10 and 12-foot rods. For me to buy a 12 or 14-foot rod to build, it's going to cost you $500 or $600 because the blanks are so high unless you buy them by the gross. And the chance of me doing that many long rods is really slim because most people, believe it or not, most people don't want them real long rods. They want the short ones. And I can buy them in any amount I want, really reasonable, and buzz through them, and I don't have to worry about it. But I don't want to buy a gross of rods and have them sitting here for 3 or 4 years. Hell, I might not even be here 3 or 4 years. You don't know.
You better don't start that.
Well, you know what I mean, though. Anything can happen. So I don't want a bunch of that crap sitting around. Josh says he prefers to use his phone.
I saw that. Creel says it's a common method for sac-a-lait fishing in the lilies down here. Pop a jig down in the holes. Yeah, I've seen that not only in Louisiana. I've seen on Lake Okeechobee, who is a Blue Gabe. He does a lot with those 14-footers too. He'll reel that jig right up to the tip of it and get it in those lilies and just drop them there. It looks like a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying, Danny. I'm trying. 922 says, hush, you're giving my secrets away. 2 of my rods are fly rods I use for jigging. Yep. That's what I used to do.
JG Hill says, I've trolled with leaded line for walleye, whole different setup. I like down rigs for trolling. Yeah, down riggers, I'm not getting that fancy yet. It could happen, though.
Yeah, I know guys that do some of that with limited success for catfish. I've never had anything to do with that, so I don't really know. Mark Barnum says, cane poles for jigging those holes. That does sound like a lot of fun. That's hand-to-hand combat right there.
And if you hook up into like a small channel cat on that cane pole, ooh, that's a fun time too.
Yes,
that always gets my heart racing. See that joker swimming around like crazy. That's always a good time. You
betcha. That'd be fun times for sure.
I actually got like 2 or 3 of those cane poles. I also got those telescoping B&M. What are they? I forget what they're called. B&M rods out there in the garage too. I just got to find a good spot to use them though. So.
Mm-hmm. Creel says K-Fred does that all the time. I watch his channel a lot. He can cook up some stuff that'll make your mouth water.
Send me a link, somebody. I don't know who K-Fred is.
I can't think of his name right now for some reason, but he lives down there, probably pretty close to Jeremy. But he cooks up crawfish and shrimp and all kinds of fish. Great channel. He's a good guy. And there's Brian B.
JG Hill Studio says, Mark, your boat is perfect for down rigs. However, you do need some deeper water. I think Lake Michigan would suffice for deeper water, Lyle.
Yeah. Yep. That's awesome.
Jeff Beal says, if y'all are not catfish, you're just catching bait.
I used to think that way, but it's so much fun if you're using bluegill or green sunfish or something like that for bait for catfish. Sometimes bait is really hard to get, but it seems like you can always catch sunfish. And if they're big enough, they're damn good eating. But if they're not big enough, you can just cut them up into chunks and use them for catfish bait. They stay very hardy in your live well. And Mark, I had an old pump. I think I told you about this, an aerator pump at 12 volt that my brother gave me. Oh my God. I don't know how many years ago for my birthday. And it finally quit and we lost some bait in my live well. So I got it all cleaned out and I ordered a new one the other day. And when I did, pardon me, they also make, Kendall Frederick. That's, you got to watch him. I ordered the 12 volt and the 110 volt. So I won't wear one out over the other now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have them both on the back of the boat, just plug them in. Then I'll be able to keep baiting that live well until it freezes.
I picked up one of these aerators, just happens to be on my desk because I had it charged. It's a rechargeable one. It works okay. I had picked up the new Freybill one with the lithium batteries in there. That joker runs for a week without having to charge it, Lyle.
Wow, that is pretty amazing.
And it's got a timer on there too, so you can not only just have a solid, but it's also got two different settings for two different timers on off pulsing, so it lasts even longer. So I've been using the heck out of that this year. I'm really happy with that thing.
Josh, if you don't have a guilty conscience, you would not have to worry about that. Interesting fact, Josh. Lyle's cane pole, same one Moses used. Jerry. That's not that funny. Neither is that. The hell it ain't. Mark says he's been feeding bluegills all summer. One more week, and they will be on the Missouri for 4 days before taking them swimming. Mark, tell us what you're keeping them in if you have a bait tank or if you're using a live well in your boat or how you're keeping them. No way.
JG Hill Studio says, I have used the power bubble for years. Not familiar with that.
Them work really good. This one I had stayed outside. It was in the rain and the snow and the sun and everything under the sun. And it lasted all these years. So if the next one lasts half that long, that'll be awesome.
I just got tired of buying D batteries, which is why I'm going the rechargeable route.
Yeah, well, I just leave mine hooked up to the 12 volt battery on the boat and let it run. I also have one that's got feet with suction cups on the bottom of it, sticks to the bottom of it. That is it's a pump.
It's a bilge pump, right?
Bilge pump, and it'll circulate water through there, and it draws air into it. Works really, really well.
I got one of those too in the garage. I also have I have one that's just like that, Lyle, but it floats. And whatever you drop it and you hook it up to a 12 volt.
I've seen those. I've not ever used one of them.
They don't work that great, but they worked in Mendota. They kept my bait alive. I was able to run it off the my battery power pack, my Blue Eddy, and it worked fairly well. I was pretty happy with it.
There you go. Mark says he has an old freezer he made into a bait tank. You know, I gave a freezer away, and I should have brought it back here and used one for that. But after these 100-degree days we've had this summer, I'm not sure. That would have been tough in them 100-degree days.
You know, they sell temperature controllers like the guys use in trailers for deer.
Yep.
That you can drop the temperature probe into the water and plug the actual deep freezer in, and the deep freezer will kick on every time it gets to that set temperature. It'll keep that bait cold in that water, Lyle.
Wow, that's an idea.
So what's going on, Ryan? There he is, setting hooks and crossing eyes.
You didn't miss the whole show, buddy, but you got getting in on the tail end of it. Good to see Ryan in here. His is in his garage, he said. Well, I would have to set mine outside because my garage is so full of stuff that I haven't got any room for a bait tank.
Ain't gonna happen.
What?
No more tank. No more freezer.
No more freezers not even for a bait tank. Well, I don't get a bait tank.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness, I thought.
That's correct. I don't know where it comes from, so I just dumped it off here.
So yeah, that was a project I was thinking about doing next spring. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, Josh, what's wrong with you? I show up late and leave early to all events. Well, hang around. We're going to give away a Panfish Nation decal for your truck or your boat.
I better get that giveaway tool loaded up. That'll help, right, Lyle? You only mentioned it twice. I'm dropping the ball on you here.
I have it. I have that. It's called Inkbird from my freezer chest bait tank.
Cool.
Sounds pretty cool.
What did he say it was called? I was looking at this.
Inkbird.
Inkbird. Cool.
Yep. I'll have to check into that because I've not seen that. Now, does the compressor on the freezer have to work?
If you want it to get cold, I'm sure it
If
does.
you want to get cold, yeah. Small Water Charters, welcome. Glad to see you make it in the chat tonight.
What's up, John? Go down there and fish with him and Lindia down there during the winter, maybe. But I don't know if I can get down to Florida. I'm gonna have a hard enough time going down to Southern Illinois to fish with Josh this year, or out to Missouri to fish with you. But we're gonna try.
So we'll see what we can get done. We'd like to catch some fish.
Unless John will pick me up at the airport, then it could happen.
Well, that'd be good. I want to get some eating size fish for frying throughout the winter because, if the winter's normal, and what I call normal is where I can fish most all winter, I won't have to worry about it. I can catch fish whenever I want to. If it is as rough this winter as it was this summer, I won't be going out that much because it was too hot this summer and it might be too cold this winter. You just never know. There's your chance to win the decal. So jump in and get it on. Hashtag stickers or sticker.
What's his name again? Chad. That's it. Chad says from Fields to Water. Small Water has a great video tonight they posted. We'll have to check that out.
Who does?
Small Water Charters. John over there in Florida.
Have to check it out.
Sean T, you got to add the hashtag in there. I don't think you need to normally, but since it's on the screen, you got to. Mark Barnum says, I use a 750 gallon per hour pond pump, going to a 10-gallon bucket filled with a pillow hollow fill, another 750 gallon per month back to the tank.
Wow. 12 volt or 110 pumps? I would hope it'd be 110s. Because if not, you have to run a battery charger to do it all the time.
Man, they're being mean to you in chat, Lyle.
They are. I don't know what's wrong with them guys.
I don't know. You let me know. You want me to drop the hammer on them? I will.
No.
Okay, just check.
Did we say hello to Freddie? I see he's in there.
I said hello to him earlier.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't remember seeing him earlier.
Yep, he confirmed the time, and he also corrected me on whether or not.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Welcome, Lindsay. Hello, Stephanie. Happy anniversary, kid.
God's truck. I think Lindsay is a new one.
Yep, I believe it is.
I was just thinking, I just had an epiphany. I think I might have my championship day figured out where I'm going to fish. I think I'm fishing for crappie, though, Lyle.
Okay.
Norman Neighbors is getting in on it. What's up, Bugman? How you doing? Shark Smith Angling. What's going on? How you doing, sir?
Good. That's a new one to me. Glad to have you in chat with us tonight. Don't forget, If you want a box of hand ties for me, the last Wednesday of the month, we'll be giving them away. You have to be a channel member to win those.
Oh, look who decided to join us, Lyle.
Hey, Matt.
Boy, is he late. Unacceptable.
Dead
What's up,
Sea
Doug?
Pirate Fishing. Welcome.
What's going on? And look at this. Freddie says Lyle is great. There you go.
He's the only one that's been nice to me all night.
I've been nice to you all night.
Well, I meant in chat.
But then again, that's why you pay me the big dollars, right?
Oh, that's right.
That big, tall Chad Fields YouTube money.
I don't know, but he's got that Chad Fields money. Who else do you know that is wanting a boat with a crapper in it?
I heard he ordered one already. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that.
I haven't heard that.
Oh.
Christina, not you too.
That's Josh on Christina's account.
I'll bet it is too.
I bet it is too.
Krill says these are recycled Chuck Norris jokes in case anybody noticed.
I am not a saltwater fisherman, Sharksmith angling. I wish I was, but I don't live close enough to the saltwater one of these days.
Oh, Sean, that one hurt a little.
Ryan over at Sun Hooks and Cross Eye says, what boat has a crapper? A real big, expensive one he wants to buy. I think like a 28-foot Hughes craft or something.
I don't know, but, if Chad wants it, I think he should get it and then invite me on it.
Lyle, I never told you that, or I don't think I mentioned this, but I used to have one of them on our pontoon boat.
Really?
Absolutely. It had a fold-up tent right next to the motor compartment in the back. You fold it up, it was like a shower tent, and there's a crapper in the bottom of it. Ask me how many times we used it.
How many?
Hold on a second. This is important here. I'm going to give me solo layout. This many times, none.
Really?
Not a single time.
How can that be? I know your record with Betty and Brandon.
Well, you know.
If you're on a boat for 8 hours, especially with a lady, that's got to be something cool. Although Cindy has a Army poncho, and it's huge. I mean, you could use it for a pup tent.
Careful.
She puts that around her, over top of her, and you can't see anything, and she can do whatever it is she needs to do. If she can take a shower in that thing. And, nobody's the wiser because it covers everything, head and all. So, but in the hot days, I'm sure it's pretty warm. But, yeah, there's ways to get around it. And my theory's always been that's what front live wells are for.
That's too much information.
Well, not for me.
Here, I like what Ryan says. That's why you go with the bigger motor so you can get to the porta potty downriver faster.
That's true. I have actually come in on tournaments to do that and go back out. And I found out later that you wasn't allowed to get out of the boat.
That's ridiculous.
Well, that's what I thought, but didn't matter. I wasn't in the money that day anyhow.
I just had an idea that I'm not going to repeat here live. Look at the small water charter says my wife can hang it over the bass boat like a pro.
There you go.
Lyle, what do you say we spin the wheel, bud?
Let's knock it out.
All right, let's see who wins the stickers here. Round and round it goes. Nobody. Oh, wait, I should have entered this one. Oh, yeah, I got stickers. Dan wins a lot of stuff. Congratulations, Dan.
Absolutely. Glad he won them. Dan, I'm sure I should have it, but you better message me your address just in case and let me know if you want a white or a black sticker, and I'll get it right out to you. Just eat Taco Bell before you go fishing, and it comes with free fish chum. Oh, my.
Boy, oh boy.
We kind of got off subject.
We did get off. If Chad was here, he'd be reeling us both in, Lyle.
He would. You guys remember the tournament is this weekend. If you are entered, if you know someone that's entered that wasn't in chat tonight, or if you want to be entered, contact us and let us know so we can get you down Saturday morning. We're going to go at it. So hopefully the top two, only the top two, will be qualifying for the championship, and it will be, unless something changes, it will be sometime in October. We don't have a date on it yet. We'll get that worked out and announce it right here just as soon as we know. Anything else, Mark?
I was just reading Josh's comments. No, Lyle,
He's dead to me.
I know. I'm looking forward to the tournament this weekend. You guys should be too. Mark your calendar. We'll get that set up on here on Panfish Nation for Saturday morning.
It'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be a down and dirty, quick 4 hours. You'll be surprised how fast it goes. It's a lot of
That's
action.
fact.
A lot of fun. A lot of good people. People aren't
Good fishermen going to be in it.
Yep, absolutely.
So yeah, be sure to tune in. I think Chad's hosting it for James, and we'll let you know all the specifics once it's done and ready to go. We'll get it out there and post it up on the Panfish Nation Facebook page. And don't forget, well, the rest of them too. But is Mark fishing? He's qualified.
I'm already qualified, Chadwick.
Chad has the couples tournament coming up. What, 2 weeks?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me look at the calendar. It's 2 weekends. Chad's got his. It's the weekend of the 16th and the weekend of the 23rd. Both days, Saturday and Sunday.
I think the 23rd is the weekend after my grandson's birthday. I think so, because if not, I'm in trouble.
We're fishing the 24th, you and I.
Right. Yeah. But I think we're good for that. So
what's the matter with me? I'm in 2 tournaments this year. That's unheard of. I don't do tournament fishing.
Well,
but yet here I am.
Here you are. There you go. We'll be doing Monday night. Catfish Weekly will be on, followed by the Catfish Grumpy podcast. We'll be on this week, Mark.
Yeah, I'm either going to be fishing Lake Michigan or I'm going to be fishing the chain for walleye. We'll see. It all depends on weather, but the plan is to be out there, weather pending. So we're going to get
Stone says Stace and him are on the 24th. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night on Fields to Water channel. You get to see Brian B. and Freddie and Chad all on the same panel.
Always a fun time.
It's going to be a fun day, Danny. Can't wait to get in that tournament. It should be a blast. A bunch of us going to have a really good time. That's all I got, Mark.
That's all I got, bud.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week.